Number 1, your excuses. You know exactly what you need to do to get you to the place where you feel happiest. The issue for you is not the knowing, but the doing. You create so many different excuses of why you cannot start working towards your happiness right now. Stop making excuses. They will not make you happy. They will only make you continue to feel like you are getting further and further away from fulfilling your dreams, which will definitely make you feel sad and unaccomplished. So you already have an idea for what could be an awesome business, but you keep coming up with reasons why you should wait to start. You don't have enough money. You're afraid. You don't have enough potential clients. All excuses that you come up with that have become huge obstacles. Get up and do what you need to do to be where you want to be. With every excuse that you make, you will lose an opportunity to make your life happier. Number 2, your past shame. We have all had some things in our past that we have done or that have been done to us that have caused us to feel ashamed. We find it hard to move past them, and so they are constantly in our minds, and we allow them to affect the way that we live years later. These things will hold us back from living happy lives. Think of your past shame as a heavy bag or burden that you have to carry, because that is exactly what it is. Walking around with something so heavy and uncomfortable slows us down and keeps us from getting where we need to. The reality is that everyone makes mistakes or have had hurtful things happen to them. Instead of dwelling on these things, accept that they have happened and turn that into the thing that will fuel you towards living your best and happiest life. Number 3, overthinking. Overthinking really does kill your happiness. Thinking about something over and over without thinking of a way to solve whatever issue you are having will get you nowhere. Overthinking can cause us to develop different mental illnesses, such as anxiety or depression. Overthinking, along with any of these mental illnesses, will cause you to lose precious time that could be used to enjoy your life and focus on the things and people that truly matter. Imagine being at a dinner party with friends and family. You got into an uncomfortable conversation with a guest where you felt like you made a fool of yourself, but the other person was completely fine. You spend the entire dinner thinking about this one interaction, and you miss out on all the fun conversations and laughter that took place during dinner. That is what overthinking does to us. When you lose these precious moments, it becomes a never-ending cycle of being sad about missing out on experiences, then overthinking about it, then missing more experiences because of that, and the cycle continues. Number 4, people pleasing. If you live your life solely for the benefit of others, then you will not truly be fulfilled and happy. Everyone that we encounter will have different perspectives and thoughts on what they think we should do with our lives. Attempting to do them all is simply impossible. In our lives, we have opinions and suggestions coming from so many people. From our friends, coworkers, spouses, bosses, our children, social media, and so much more. All of these people want us to do the same things, but differently. Choosing which is best becomes very overwhelming very quickly. In order to be happy, you need to look at your own life and determine what makes you happy and try to focus on that. Number 5, looking to others for happiness. This starts to become a problem when we begin to operate in a way or believe that the only way that we can be happy is if someone else creates that happiness for us. So we begin to look for other people to make us happy. Our spouses, our friends, our family, our children, and others. If we base our happiness on other people, then when they end up leaving, voluntarily or not, then you lose the happiness that they brought you, and you realize that you were never truly happy. That is why many people struggle to continue with normal life after the end of a relationship. You put so much of your happiness into this person to the point where when they leave, you are unable to find any source of happiness. We also see this happening with parents, especially single parents, when they become empty nesters. They depended so much on their children for their happiness that when they move out of the home, they are lost without them. The only person that has no other option but to spend every single second with you is you. So that means the only person who you should depend on for your happiness is you. Number 6, making comparisons. We have all heard the saying at one point or the other that comparison is the thief of joy. Making comparisons cause us to feel like we are less than another person, or begin to be jealous of them and their lives. Both of these things will only cause you to feel extremely unhappy. Comparing yourself to someone else will not make you become satisfied with yourself. It will only cause you to be harder on yourself and find more things about yourself to be unhappy about. The only thing that will make you satisfied and happy is if you stop comparing yourself and begin to do the things that make you happy. Realize that the way you are and live are good enough, and you do not need to be anybody else but you. So instead of scrolling through social media and comparing yourself to what the people on your timeline have or what they are doing, go out and do the things that make your heart truly happy. Number 7, fear of the future. Thinking about and planning for your future is very important. Failing to plan is planning to fail. With that said, obsessing over and fearing what will come in the future is not a happy or healthy way to live your life. The fact is that the future is uncertain. Yes, you can make plans for it, but there is absolutely no guarantee that the plans that you make will actually come true. No matter how much you worry about the future, it will never change. So what is the point? Instead of being fearful of the future, take on a mindset that will allow you to look forward with great anticipation to what the future holds for you. Number 8, your need for perfection. Perfection is an illusion, but as much as we know that, some of us still chase after that. Trying to be perfect will cause us to feel like failures over and over and over again. We are literally trying to achieve something that is impossible. How frustrating. Striving to be perfect causes us to stop doing the things that make us happy because we fear that we will fail. Perfection holds us back from our happiness. It prevents us from going against the grain and choosing the things that are truly like a spark in our hearts. Number 9, toxic friends. Having friends is awesome, of course. However, you will, like most people do at some stage of life, make friends with someone who doesn't have your best interests at heart. It becomes a burden to have toxic people in your life. They weigh you down with sadness and anger that comes with being friends with them. This will not make you happy. For example, that friend who is always borrowing money from you but is never there for you when you need help. That friend who is always complaining while making little effort to change their life. That friend who always makes you feel less than. Friends are so important to our lives. Seek to maintain a strong group of friends who will genuinely love and support you. Even if that means keeping a smaller group of friends, quality is better than quantity. Number 10, defining yourself by what you have. Having the dream home, car, house, and job are not what will make you happy in life. People often make the mistake of thinking that hoarding material wealth will make them happy. It's true that getting a new job, car, or outfit can make you experience momentary happiness. Your brain can even get a dopamine hit from this shiny new thing you've bought. But eventually, these things will no longer be shiny or new. Then what? Happiness is an emotion. Emotions can only be experienced by living things. So it is somewhat strange when people begin to look to objects to provide them with their happiness. True happiness comes from who we are and who we are surrounded by, and not from the things that we have. Subscribe so we can continue to make videos like this. Be sure to check out this playlist of our other top videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.